Hey, coaches, got a fantastic guest for you tonight. Nate Hakes is the offensive coordinator. He's a high school offensive coordinator in Pennsylvania. He's been a spread guy, but this year's his first year running true air raid. And in Pennsylvania, they've been playing, so they're in already in week 4. And Nate's been putting up monster numbers. We've been trying to schedule this thing out. We've been talking all season, and he's just been just gigantic monster numbers each week. And he's going to talk on what we call two-man snag. He calls it spacing, but really good concept, really interesting. And Nate, thanks, man. It was hard getting this thing scheduled out with you in the season, but man, I've been looking forward to it, and I can't wait to learn from you, buddy.
Oh, I appreciate it, Coach. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, go ahead and teach us how to do this thing, man. Teach us how to throw the ball.
All right, let me go ahead and try to get this screen shared. All right, you got it up, Coach?
Yep, got it.
Okay. All right. So what we have here is this is what we call our blue formation. It's basic 2-back set. We got our Y here in the slot, and this is our Z, and then we got our X, and this is our H, and this is our F back. We like to run a lot of 2-back sets because this H here is a downhill dynamic runner. So we like to utilize him in the run game as well. So you'll see us, we probably run a little more 2-back set than most of your traditional air raids. But so what our concept is here is we're taking our Y and our Z and we're running them on snag routes. Okay. So the Y, when we play this forward, he does more of like a stick and then kind of tries to settle up in here. But you'll see the Z does a really good job of doing like a slant and then sitting down here. Our quarterback, his read is we're reading this flat defender. And he's taught if this flat defender screams out to the back, because we're going to release a back into the flats, if he screams out to the back, now we know our snag's going to be open. He's going to read it 1 to 2. And he's taught if he does anything other than scream out into the flats, I'm dumping it off to my F, and we're going to get him the ball. So on this one here, the quarterback, you'll see we send our F in motion to get him out. So we're looking to see what this flat defender is going to do. So we snap the ball. Now here, he should have went, his read should have got him to the F. I mean, look at all that grass out there with the F. He would have ran for days. He throws it a little bit behind the Y. Now the Y runs, you see here, he runs more of a stick concept here versus what I really wanted to do is sit in this grass right in there. And then the Z does a good job of sitting right there. He's taught to keep running until that defender crosses his face. And then he's going to go ahead and then he's going to settle up for our settle up and noose drill. And then I got one more clip here that it shows the quarterback does a real good job of reading that flat defender and getting the ball out to our back. So this is another of our 2-back sets. This one here we call, it's called Liz Wide Gun. It's just a terminology that we had from previous seasons. So we just tried to keep things as simple for the kids as we could. You can't see my Z out here, but he's spread out on the top of the numbers, and the Y is going to go ahead and run his snag, and then the Z is going to run his snag in here. And you'll see that the quarterback does a good job on this one. We release the H, no one goes with him because that wall defender, he turns his back, and then we're able to get the ball in space with no one around our ball carrier and turns it in for a nice gain there. So again, we're reading number 6, and we've been killing him on stick this game. So this guy's really biting on that snag route there. So again, he goes, quarterback sees the flat defender doesn't do nothing. We go ahead, we dump the ball off to our H back, who's also a running back for us, and it turns into a nice 7 or 8 yard gain for us.
Love it, man. Love it. Even the first one, if the Y would have sat down, the quarterback threw it where he was. He was open where the quarterback threw it the
Yeah,
first on the
he
first
threw it to the open grass. The Y just
right.
he drifted a little bit too far into the defense.
How many times a game do you think you're calling this one?
Oh, I would say we probably call it probably 8 or 9 times a game. That's one of our go-to quick game concepts, because we carried it
Awesome.
last year with us, so the kids are more comfortable with that one.
And go ahead and brag on your stats for the season and compare it to
Okay.
last season.
Well, like I said, we just finished week 4, and we just finished week 4, and our quarterback this year so far through 4 games is 80 for 122, 765 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Now, last year for the entire season, an 11-game season, he was 88 for 196, 1143, and 8 touchdowns. So
awesome,
I went and I compiled some of them. The air raid's real big on, a balanced offense is getting everyone equal touches. So some of the numbers that we have so far this year is our Y. He has 11 catches for 145 yards. Our Z has 13 catches for 156. Our H has 19 catches for 141. Our X has 19 catches for 200 yards. And our F has 13 catches for 101 yards.
I believe Mike Leach would hug you right now if he was there, because that is spreading the ball around, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, we make our money in the quick game. Really, the drop back game, our go to is obviously 6. We make a lot of money on that because of teaching the open grass like Coach Taylor teaches it. Our guys are taught, if a defender's playing more than 5 yards, it's just a 3-step stop, and we're going to take the easy money all day. And then we bait them in, and they press you, and then we take it over the top. We actually did that real good in this game. We were our H was hitting them underneath for 4 or 5 at a clip, and they were playing a cover 2, and that safety who was over our slot bit up, and just pitch and catch right into the end zone.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you've been running the ball pretty good. What are your numbers for your running back?
Our running back, he has, let me look here. He's at 250 or 260 yards. But he's averaging 5.4 a carry. So when we do give him the rock, he's making the most out of it. So they have to respect him, because last year he rushed for 966. So he.
And how many catches on top of that?
He has 13 catches this year already for 101 yards.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. Well, sounds like you're you could put on a clinic for us, man. How to spread the ball around all your weapons. That's fantastic. I know you text me sometimes and let me know how the offense is clicking. And man, I mean, you're putting the numbers up. It's exciting to hear it, and exciting to finally get to see that quick game concept.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're having our growing pains. Just trying to get those repetitions and and finding that magic rep. But the exciting thing is the only upperclassman out of our skill guys is our F back. Everybody else are underclassmen, and our quarterback's a junior. And all of our receivers are juniors. Our Y is a senior, but we have another kid sitting behind him who's about 6'2", 215. We actually just played him in JV yesterday, and he went over 100 yards receiving from the Y position yesterday.
Awesome. Well, that's always exciting when you're getting them back. Now it's just the day we're living in. Tell us about it, because we don't get to play till February. So tell us about COVID. Have there been any issues? Are you guys face-to-face in the school?
We do a hybrid schedule right now. So Monday, kids could opt to either go Mondays and Wednesdays, and then they're home Tuesday, Thursday, or they can go Tuesday, Thursday, and they're home Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Everybody's virtual. So I got my 2 kids, they go, I have a kindergartner and a 6th grader, and they're in face Tuesday, Thursday, and then home virtual learning the other days. But we've been very fortunate. We haven't had any issues. Everything's been going well. We're limited on spectators. We're, the outside gatherings, no more than 250 people. So we've been able to at least get parents to every game so far. We don't allow visiting spectators at this time right now, but actually the governor just signed something today that upped that limit. So we're hoping to be able to get them in there.
But no problems in the school and no problems on the team as far as COVID.
Nope. We haven't had any problems at all. And there's some schools in our area that are shut down right now because of that. Yeah, we had to juggle our schedule around a little bit. Like we only have a 7-game schedule this season, and it's basically just league games, and then the PIAA is putting together a statewide tournament schedule. So we'll play 7 regular season games, and then if we make the playoffs, it'll be a condensed, just a district final with 2 teams, and then they'll advance to the state tournament.
Good deal. I got a buddy down in Georgia, and they're 100% face-to-face in the school, and he says the same thing. They really haven't had any trouble in the school, and they haven't had any trouble on the team. So it's good to hear it. Even though we're waiting, it's good to hear that people are able to function and not have too many problems with that deal. And Nate, you did a great job, man. Hey, after the season, I'd love to have you back on and maybe go over your 6 route.
Oh, absolutely, Coach. I'd like to.
Fantastic. Well, who you got a tough one this week, or are you excited about it? Who you got?
Yeah, we're playing on Saturday this week. The team that we play doesn't have lights, so when we have to travel there, we've been able to handle them in the past. Every season. This is our 5th year of the coaching staff taking over, and we took over a pretty broken program, and has been able to flip it around. And actually, the team we're playing on Saturday is a team that snapped a 19-game losing streak for us 5 years ago.
Well, sounds like a good one. Good Saturday afternoon. And I always tell people, remember that 5th game is when it kind of really starts clicking wide open. So you guys are due for an even bigger one. I know your numbers have been fantastic, but you're really going to start clicking here shortly. So I'm excited for you, man. And I appreciate you coming on and doing this.
All right, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.